Good evening, good afternoon. This is Frank. I am going to be your host today. And today we're going to be talking about the exclusive Get Paid 3 Times program. Please do yourself a favor, mute yourself and make sure your camera is shut off. Now, this morning I woke up to the BSOD, that's the blue screen of death. So I am limping along today. Now I'm operating in safe mode because my system crashed. Nonetheless, I'll be getting a new system here shortly, but I did not want to disappoint anyone. And I do want to talk about a program that is probably our most exciting program yet. We've been bringing on programs on a regular basis. And so what I'm going to do, a little bit of housekeeping here, please mute yourself. If I hear a lot of background noise, I only have one screen to work with. It's like being a soldier. I've had both my legs blown off, but I'm battling on nonetheless. So it's very, very difficult for me to talk over other people's noise, background noise. So please be polite. Please mute yourself when you come on. And maybe at the end, I'll have some time for questions. But let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm sure by now everyone wants to know, how are we going to get paid 3 times? From the people who brought you exclusive 125% buy, fix, and flip program that everybody is embracing, that everybody is loving. From those same people who brought you the no doc 100% CLTV program, where you can have a client that is absolutely not bankable anywhere in the world, and we can get that person 100% financing on a $500,000 to $3 or $4 or $5 million commercial type buildings. From the people who brought you 10% down on a $3 million deal. Just if you want to buy a $3 million deal, just show us you have 10% down and we can get the deal funded for you. From the people who brought you the exclusive credit sterilization program. I'm running really way too fast here. We have an exclusive Get Paid 3 times program right now. So I'm sure that this is exciting to you as it is to me, but let's go ahead and get into it and explain how you can get paid 3 times on one deal. Using the exclusive no doc 100% CLTV program, you earn $5,000 commission. Let me let that sink in a little bit. A lot of people don't realize how much commission you can get on commercial buildings, but you're talking about no chicken feed here. We're talking about $5,000 you can get on a single deal. So let me make the picture here. If you've got a client that wants to buy a building and he's found a seller who wants to sell the building, but the seller has had very little success. Maybe the building needs rehab. Maybe the building's not in the best neighborhood in town. Maybe the building has been inherited by the kids who no longer want the business or the building. Whatever the reason, there's a million reasons out there. We are doing, I think, between 40 to 50 100% CLTV LOIs have gone out in just the last week. Just since last week, we had 18 previously. Now it's up to 40 or 50 of them. So the buildings are out there. People have buildings that they don't want. They want to get rid of. They don't know how to get rid of it. The 100% CLTV program allows a non-qualified. When I say no doc, I mean no bank statements, no credit check, no income verification, no tax returns, no financials, nothing. We can get these people into a building and get them funded for 100% CLTV. And then what do you get out of it? You get to earn a $5,000 payday. Now, if it just happens to be your first one, and I dare say that there haven't been many from my group that have taken advantage of it. We've got a few, but not many from my group have taken advantage of it. For a limited time, on your first 100%, no doc, CLTV loan, you will earn a $5,000 commission, and you will also earn an additional $5,000 commission. Somebody's got some noise in the background. I wish you'd be paying attention and mute yourself. Thank you. Okay, so I'm pretty excited, and I think you should be pretty excited too. There are people all over this country who want to get rid of buildings that they can't get rid of, and we can. We are doing 100%, no documentation, no credit report, 100% CLTV. We are issuing a $5,000 check for the first commission, and if it happens to be your first sale on the 100% CLTV, we will issue a second check for $5,000 for the second check. So you can get paid 2 times on one sale. But wait, it gets better. Exclusive 125% buy, fix, and flip. The exclusive 100% CLTV. The 100%, 125% buy, fix, and flip. The no doc 100% are for 12 to 24 months only. Think about it. We just bought a $500,000 building. We just bought a $250,000 buy, fix, and flip. We've got 12 to 24 months to do something with that building. We need to either fix it up, we need to rehab it, we need to do something with that building, because both of those programs that I talked about are for only 12 to 24 months, 1 to 2 years to pay off a building. So the exclusive 12 to 24 months, it's 12 to 24 months. I want that to sink in, because at the end of 24 months, then what? Introducing our exclusive 360-month fixed rate, or ARM, adjustable rate mortgage. We now have the ability, once we've sold a client a loan to buy, fix, and flip, or to buy and hold a commercial building, whether it's the 125% program or whether it's the 100% CLTV program, at the end of those 12 to 24 months, we can now offer them a 360-month permanent fixed rate financing or adjustable rate financing. What does this mean to you? This means every single deal that you have, every single deal that you submit, you're not going to be paid just once. You will have a pipeline full of $1,000 bills. After the property is stabilized, after the property is rentable, after the property is rentable, you get paid again. Each one of the deals that you've submitted now, think about it. You're going to get paid not only this time, but as they go through their process. You'll be getting paid on the unsecured business funding. You'll be getting paid on equipment funding if they need that. You'll be getting paid on all of the different products that we offer to that one single client. And then when he gets his building rentable, you get paid again. So after the property is rentable, the property is worth more. So when you get paid the second time on the same building, this time it's going to be at the ARV, after repair value price, or at the cap rate, because it's now cash flowing. It's now getting income coming in. It's now paying for itself. So now the same building, that $250,000 to $500,000 building, is 30 to 40 to 50% more valuable. And consequently, your second paycheck is going to be bigger than the first paycheck. I hope that this is sinking into you. This is a long-term situation. People who come in now are coming in at the very best possible time. The real estate market is on fire. People are making sales everywhere. People are going to the REIA groups and getting presentations and getting clients signed up. This is the best thing that we've ever had. Next, after the property is rentable, it's like having a pipeline full of $1,000 bills. Think about it. You made a sale today. You got $3,000 to $5,000 today. But you know that in a short period of time, anywhere from a year to 2 years or less, that borrower, that investor, is going to be looking for long-term financing. If he wants to hold that building, he's going to be looking for long-term financing. That means your pipeline is literally full of $1,000 bills that will come pouring out the back end of your pipeline as soon as the building is up and ready to go. So our 360-month fixed rate or ARM. The fixed rate is going to start off, I don't want to give you a price quote yet. We're going to go into it on another presentation. This is our introductory to it, but the fixed rate is going to be extremely competitive. The ARM, which is an adjustable rate mortgage, is also going to be extremely competitive. So not only will you get the first sale, when you go and you're dealing with these real estate investors, they're not buying one property. They're buying 2, 3, 4, 5 properties at a time. And sometimes they buy more than that. So I just wanted to sink in. When are you going to grab your fair share of the real estate funding boom? It's a boom right now, and you need to be doing everything that you can to get all of these programs out. This program that I introduced excites me more than the one I just introduced. It just keeps getting better and better and better. For right now, that's all that I'm going to say about the exclusive 360 fixed rate and ARM. I'm going to blank my screen. I'm going to stop sharing the screen. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the nuts and bolts, and then I'm going to open it up for question and answer. So I'm going to just go ahead and stop sharing the screen, and then I'm going to okay. I'm having a real hard time figuring out how to get out of this. I should have just been able to escape, but it's not letting me escape. Again, I'm only on one screen today, so there's not much I can do about it. There we go. Okay. So what I want to tell you about the program, we will be private labeling with one of the country's top leading funding sources. We'll be using it underneath the ezFinancial label. That's what it means to be private labeling. And we'll be doing things like full 30-year terms with no balloons. A lot of the real estate investors fear that balloon. In other words, the 100% and the 125%. In 2 years, they have to come up with the total amount of money or sell the property. And with this program, there's a no balloon at the end of the loan. This is a fully amortized loan, which means every time they make a monthly payment, the principal is reduced. It's streamlined qualification processing. These people are people that we've already done business with. So the qualification process is very much streamlined. It's much easier for us to do a refinance, or even a refinance cash out. All of these real estate investors, every one of them, is looking for as much cash as they can pull out of their real estate to go buy more real estate. And with this program, once they get that property up and running, whichever it's a buy, fix, and flip, or if it's a 100% CLTV, once they get that up and running, then they want to pull as much cash out of it as they can and go buy another property. This program allows them to do that. They can actually be a cash out refi where they pull the equity that they've created. You know, they did the fix, they did the flip, or they did whatever was necessary. They've created the equity, and now they get to enjoy that equity either by going on vacation, putting it in the bank, or buying another piece of property. With this program, there are no tax returns required. Every other 360-month program requires full doc or even streamlined doc, but a lot of documentation. This is a streamlined program where we have people that haven't even filed taxes for a couple of years could qualify and buy a property with no tax returns required. We have up to 75% LTV on a refinance. And if we want to use this program for a new purchase, because somebody is buying a operating building, something that's already up and running and cash flowing, will go up to 80% loan to value per, and I'm moving my screen around, for a purchase price. The seasoning issues. A lot of experienced real estate agents and real estate investors are familiar with the word seasoning. Most of the banks and anyone who's doing these 30-year loans, they want to season the money, they want to season the building. In other words, you've got to have owned it for a long period of time. Let's say, for example, we did a 100% CLTV with a building. We put the new investor in that building, and it only took a minimal amount of fix-ups, and they could do it in 30 to 60 days. They do not have to wait for the full year to expire. They can come in only 30 days of ownership. We can refinance them. That's one of the fastest, shortest times of ownership of seasoning, only 30 days. There's the pricing is no haggle pricing. We're going to give the lowest price we can afford to do from the get-go, so everyone has an opportunity to buy the property or refinance the property. And that's pretty much the program. There are some other things that are really wonderful. We can also do vacation properties as well. So those of you who are in vacation areas that have condotels and condos along the beach, along the golf course, homes along the golf course, we can also do vacation properties the same way. And for those of you who are very experienced and working with investors that have multiple properties, here's something that's going to be music to your ears. We have a blanket loan. We can literally put 3 to 7 houses under one blanket, under one loan, under one payment. And if it's a cash out refi, you take the combination of all 7 of those houses and all the equity that you had built in those 7 houses, and you can pull that equity out and use it to do what? Go on vacation, visit the bank, or buy more real estate. I have used up most of my 30 minutes. I'm excited. I hope you understand how excited I am. This has given us the opportunity to have a pipeline full of $1,000 bills just waiting for you. And if that doesn't encourage you to get out and use the 100% CLTV or the 125% buy, fix, and flip, my God, I don't know what more I can do. Okay, I'm going to open it up for questions. Anyone have any questions? Just shout out your name, where you're calling from, and what your question is.
Hey, Frank, it's Martin from Mitchell from New York.
Hey, Martin.
Hey, how are you? I've been listening carefully. Frank, okay, are those buildings have to be commercial grade, commercials?
No.
Whether it's going to be 12 months or 20 months.
No, they can be residential. They can be residential. Tell me more.
For the trees, no, I'm talking about for the no dock.
For the no dock, no, it does not have to be commercial. No. It just has to be worth $300,000 or above.
Oh, 300K or above. Okay. I thought they were okay. All right. That's good to know.
$100,000 loan and dividing it into 24 equal payments.
Somewhere along in there,
smaller amount, and then all of it's due.
while in there, there's the option of interest only. And here's one of the things with that. Let's say I wanted to buy a commercial building or another one, fix and flip. I go in there and get it, and so I've got it for.
You broke off. I can't hear you.
I don't know who was talking. They didn't tell me. I asked you to shout out your name and let us know who you are and where you're calling from. But yeah, on a buy, fix, and flip, it is an interest-only loan. And when you change the buy, fix, and flip, or if you don't flip, if you hold, because that program is buy, fix, and hold, as well as buy, fix, and flip. Well, now we have the hold. We have the permanent financing, is what we're trying to tell you. We're going to be starting off at an exceedingly competitive rate. I can't tell you the rate right now, but it's going to be very competitive.
Frank, again, it's Martin again. Quick. I know time is limited. Qualifications for, let's say, for a someone wants to use that no dock loan. What are the credit criteria for that person? Give me a scope, please.
Okay. No credit report. What does that mean?
No credit report. I mean, no FICO score.
Okay, that's what it means. I wasn't trying to be smart. I just want you to understand. All right, let's talk about bank statements. What does no bank statements mean?
No bank statements.
Okay, not trying to be smart. I just want you to understand. What does no income verification mean?
There's no income documentation required.
So when I say no doc loan, do I mean somebody has to come up with no documentation?
Okay, so they just got to find the property and present the property.
Correct. So the way that this system is going to work is somebody is completely not bankable. That means they couldn't get a loan. They couldn't get a loan to buy a cup of coffee, right?
Right.
But they found the deal of the century because the kids inherited the building in New York, but they're now living in California on the beach, and they ain't coming back to the snow. So they want to get rid of the building. So they put it in the hands of a realtor. The realtor says, hey, I can sell this thing for you all day long. But then he tries and he doesn't. And then he finds your guy that couldn't get a cup of coffee. And that guy says, look, I'll buy that building from you. And then he goes in, he cuts a deal with the owner, the seller, and we put together a 100% CLTV, combined loan to value, combined loan to value. So we do an appraisal on the building. We find the building is worth, to make it easy on poor Frank. I had a stressful morning, so to make it easy, we found the building is $1 million any day of the week, no questions asked. It's worth $1 million. So we sell the building for $1 million. The kids in California, they want to avoid capital gains tax. They want to avoid dealing with the building as much as they can avoid it. They want to avoid it, and they can't sell it. So they're going to say, I'll tell you what, I will do a 50% owner holdback. That's 50% of $1 million, that's 500,000. Then along comes ezFinancial. And we say, okay, we're going to put up 500,000. That's the other half of $1 million. And the guy who couldn't buy the cup of coffee, he gets in the building and he does whatever he needs to do to make that building a viable, profitable building. He has up to 12 to 24 months to make that happen. And if he does make that happen in that 12 to 24 months, and he doesn't want to flip it, he comes back to you, Martin, and he says, I got it up and running. We're making money. It's profitable. It's a cash flowing business. But my loan is about to expire in 30 days. What can you do for me? And Martin, you say, no problem, dude. You're already an existing client of ours. We're going to streamline you in. Hopefully, your credit did come up to about 640, because that is going to take a 640 to get in. Even the streamlined doc going to take a 640. But hopefully, in a year or two, he's had time to go through our credit sterilization program, and his credit is up to a 640 or above. And Martin, he just got paid his second time on the same building. Actually, a third time, because if it was your first job, you'd have paid twice. You will have been paid 3 times on that same building.
Yeah, I have one more question. Shit, the question just left my head. Fuck, this is important.
Does anyone else have any other questions? Well, Martin's
I have a question, Frank, but just bear with me. My question, I didn't write. I was writing my questions down, but I didn't write this one down. It came in my hand. It left me. Just give me a second. Somebody ask another question in the meantime while I retrieve my information. No credit report. No CLTV. No. Oh yes, Frank, I got it. Frank, if one has a portfolio of notes, let's say of buildings right now, which the REOs, right?
Yep.
Do you handle any of those? Can we handle any of those?
Yes. So if you've got a portfolio, now you're not being clear. If it's a portfolio of buildings that you have, you own 7 buildings, I'm going to give you a blanket loan for all 7 of them.
All right, now I'm just saying right now, someone has floated a portfolio of
REOs are real estate owned by
REOs, right? Yeah, there are.
They want cash on the barrelhead, and they'll usually take anywhere from 32 cents to 50 cents on the dollar.
Right, right.
Yes.
So let's say I want to handle it myself. Can I get financing on it? Which you want to the program here?
Yes.
I can.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you just have to avoid a conflict of interest. You can't give yourself a loan, obviously.
Right.
The bank investigate. The bank regulators would take you out in handcuffs. No.
Okay. Right.
You can't give yourself a loan. You just have to come to one of the underwriters or me, and we can give you the loan.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. That's what I wanted to find out.
Okay. Well, we are at the half hour. Actually, we're a few minutes over the half hour. Are there any other question, Martin? Thank you for you always have good questions, Martin. So thank you, and thank you for the dialogue. Anyone else have any last questions before we get cut off? My goodness gracious.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good for nothing. Thanks.
Okay. Well, if there are no other questions, then I'm going to say, well, thank you for your kind attentions. Get out there and get some deals. Remember, on the 100% CLTV, you're not going to get paid once. You're going to get paid twice for the first deal that you submit, 2 times, double pay for the first time, for the first deal that you submit. And then every deal thereafter, you're going to know that you've got a pipeline full of $1,000 bills just waiting for you in as little as 30 days or as long as 24 months. But you know that that pipeline is just going to be full and full and full. With every deal that you submit, there's going to be 1 or 2 more deals coming out the other end. And with that, I'm going to say good day and thank you for your kind attentions.
And Frank, I'll talk to you at the top of the hour. Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
All right.